Right, hello guys and welcome to another video. As you can see, we're sat here in a restaurant at the moment. I'm here with Suya, or Yang Leon, and well, as you can see, we're having what we call Hotpot. But first of all guys, before I talk about what's on the table here, a little bit of housekeeping, I suppose. As you can see, my beard has disappeared. Now, I'll go into this in another video, but it's given me a good idea actually for growing my beard and doing some sort of progress videos with it. Seems to be quite popular on YouTube at the moment, so this is going to be a few other videos I'm going to do in the future. But I'll explain that in about a week. Anyway, a bit more housekeeping. I was supposed to put out another video about dating in China based on a couple of requests I had from subscribers. But again, that went a little bit wrong with regards to getting a load of foreigners around the table, and rather than doing some kind of monologue, I was going to do more of an experience based on other people's experiences dating in China. But unfortunately, we all got a little bit too drunk and couldn't really use the material. Although I did learn a lot from the footage, so I'll go into that in a later video. Okay, so on the table, as you can see, we've got several meats here. We've got well, two types of meat. So this is the beef, right? Beef, niu rou, and the lamb, yang rou. Okay. Now, you'll notice we've got, as I said, this is what we call hot pot, and you can't see the whole table here, but there are 6 places with these hot plates, if you like. These are these infrared things we're quite familiar with back home, and it's a steel pot with some water, some herbs and spices and things. And basically what you do is you just grab your raw food, so to speak, and you cook it yourself and boil it. And absolutely fantastic. So again, we have the beef, we have the lamb, we have some mushrooms here, several kinds of mushrooms. This is our bean curd, right? Yes, that's right, bean curd. And we have, what is this?
That's the cilantro thing.
Cilantro.
Cilantro or...
It's leek, isn't it?
It's
leek,
not. It's got 香菜.
香菜. Okay, I don't know. Oh, we've got some potato as well. Yeah, and spinach, right? Spinach, yeah, of course. Okay, and back here you'll see a trolley. This is various stuff now. What's in this first one here?
Red
Bean sauce. And the next one is this green leek, very salty. We've also got the vinegar, right? Or is it soy sauce? This is the nuts. Mixed nuts. This one we have garlic, and then the spicy sesame seed. Now all those things you see there are now various amounts in here, and basically sort of mix this up, and we have another little bowl here. Now this is ma jiang, which is basically another sauce, sesame seeds and nut sauce, right?
Mostly sesame.
Mostly sesame.
Crushed sesame.
So again, food goes into here, doesn't take very long to cook obviously, and then you dip your food in here. Delicious. It's delicious.
Some cilantro into
Let's put some of this in. Gosh, gorgeous. Okay, the pots that you get, they already come to the table, filled with pretty much already boiled water. So it doesn't take long to actually heat it up and keep it going on this heat pad, if you like. There's three kinds we can get. We have a tomato-based hot pot. What was the other one? Spicy-based and mushroom-based hot pot. I mean, obviously you can get almost an infinitesimal variety of the kind of food that you can order from the menu. This is obviously just a very small part of that. Some of the foods here, you'll get to know how, for those of you that aren't particularly good cooks like me, you'll notice that some foods actually cook up obviously a lot quicker than others. And with the potato, for instance, sitting over here, just grab. Oh my god, chopsticks are rubbish. Okay, so they're not too thick, but you know they still take a good sort of 15 minutes, 20 minutes to cook in the hot pot still. Whereas the meats here, where they're so thinly sliced, you literally put it in for. This is the lamb, obviously. Look at that. I mean, it's. I would say no more than 20-25 seconds. It's cooked, and obviously the same with the beef as well. So you can dip it in the sauce to add flavour, and obviously to cool it down a little bit before you eat it. Absolutely delicious. Now this is the problem with eating food in China, and everyone who lives here as a foreigner will know what I'm talking about. It's I'll show you the bill afterwards, and we'll convert it back into sterling pound notes, just so that you can see how much food we're getting. I've ordered a couple of beers here as well, probably have a few more as well by the time we finish. So we'll look at the bill and compare it to the amount of food that we do get here. I can tell you now it's going to be cheap, and this is the problem. You can eat like this every night of the week quite easily, and if you're not careful you'll end up looking like a £400 whale within, I'd say, about a month. So you need to really control your eating here. Now, traditionally, hot pot is very much a winter food, if you like, because if you can imagine all the steam coming off, you do get quite hot, and it's almost impossible to eat this kind of food in the height of summer. Unless, of course, you're in some very, very well air-conditioned restaurant, which is not very often, to be honest. So again, during the very cold months of winter, we're at sort of double-digit minus figures. It's nice to eat this kind of food anyway.
土豆 is ready.
Oh, I put another one in here, didn't I?
Yeah, you can choose. Some are melting.
You got the right one. So I think my potatoes are ready. So that was about 15-20 minutes. So cool it down in the sauces. Fantastic. Here's our spinach. Literally, just like the caterpillars have got to that one.
Protein into it.
More protein. Okay, so spinach, as I'm sure everyone knows, takes about 4.5 seconds to cook. Literally.
Do you remember your first hot pot experience in China? Not so much.
No, I can't actually. No.
I'm sure you had hot pot right away.
Yeah, pretty much within the first 2 or 3 weeks I was here. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. Any eating experience here in China is definitely new to most Westerners without any sort of pre-knowledge. It's not until you actually arrive in China where you truly appreciate just how different the food is here and just how varied it is. And also what you've actually been missing all these years, eating Western food. Yeah, I've tried to get my family to come out here because I don't think they really appreciate how good the food really is. And yeah, they're not interested, unfortunately. Perhaps the cheese on toast and the spaghetti hoops are all they're used to, right? Now, as you can see, this the waitress has come around to top up our hot pots with some sort of pre-stocked water, right? Already heated. So
yeah, it's like a water sauce.
Obviously, the boiling
Some flavor into it.
boils it down. So you got some handy controls on here actually. Also, you got the on-off button, and then we have low. Then I think we have high, right? Based on the Chinese character I can see here. And also the thermostatic control, so it keeps it at a rough temperature when it reaches, I don't know what temperature that is, boiling point I suppose, and then drops down again, back up again, drops down again. Hot. Careful. I suppose another thing we take for granted is the fact that if you need to be able to use chopsticks, right? If you're a bit of a novice, it's going to be really difficult
using
fishing stuff out of the pot itself. Because sometimes you can't hold your hand literally over the pot too long because you're going to burn yourself. So you have to be in and out really as quickly as you can. Obviously, guys, hot pot is just one particular style of food you can eat here in China. But if I can get enough suggestions coming by from you, then I'll do more of these kind of videos showing you different foods of what you can eat here in China. But certainly hot pot is definitely probably one of the more popular types of food you can get. I mean, you ask my mother, I hardly ever ate as a child. Even into my sort of early adult life, very rare. I wasn't really too interested in food. And only ate literally to serve as getting rid of my hunger pangs, if you like. And that's about as far as it goes. I don't think the food to me was, unless I didn't develop any kind of a taste until later on in life for food, I don't know. But certainly when you come to China, it changes around. Rather than eating to particularly quench your hunger, you continue eating because the food tastes so good, and you force yourself to eat, and this is why you put on so much weight here. Or at least you can do. I don't mean to sort of say that food back home in the West is not tasty, it's very bland, although that's the general consensus here amongst Chinese people. And they do have a point. I mean, obviously, you know, my mother's cooking is second to none, and I mean, I'll always have a roast dinner. I could eat roast dinners every day of the week. It's just not practical. But it's not until you come to China and appreciate how different the food is here, and it just takes you to another level of how tasty food can really be. And I think this is the big danger for anyone who really enjoys their food to begin with. Right, guys. Well, I'm beginning to feel like a 400-pound whale now. God, I put on so much weight since 3 years, just over 3 years I've been here. I think it's a lack of exercise mainly, but Jesus Christ. So I think we'll turn that off. Alright guys, so that's about it for another video. I'll see you again in the next one with regard to dating in China, and I'm going to start doing some progress videos on beard growth for those of you that are interested. Alright guys, from Suya and I, bye bye.
哎，瘦了。
对。
瞎说，不是我喊。
Hello， 你好。
你好，你好，你好。
谢谢，再见。
谢谢，再见。
你好，
好了，我给你搓一打，你好。
对呀。
拜拜，谢谢，再见。
再见。 结账吧。
打完折163。
So how much is that?
163，还有折扣呢。
163.
8折。
So 163 is 163 yuan, which works out at about 16 pounds, right? Sterling. So
Right now about 18.
about 18? Yeah, probably is. But less than 20 pounds, and that includes the drinks we had. And what's best, I didn't pay for it either, so it's even cheaper.
谢谢啊，没事儿，卖不了。Because you paid last time.
Yes, I did pay last time, so yeah, okay. Thank you, honey. It was more last time, yes.
It was 180.
Oh my god, focus camera. Okay, here we go. So nice little Christmas decorations going on here. So there's a restaurant. What's it called? Sorry?
华清，
华清.
华清
Qing. 华清.
，QING。
华清. Well, for those of you that can read Chinese, you can see that anyway. But yeah, this is my my community here. So just exactly where I live. So very close. Chinese New Year is coming.